Long ago in the heart of India, when the Mughal Empire flourished under the splendor of palaces and poetry, there lived an emperor whose name would be remembered forever for love rather than conquest. His name was Shah Jahan, a ruler known not only for his wealth and power, but for the deep devotion he held for one woman. Her name was Arjamand Banu Begum, though history remembers her as Mumtaz Mahal, the chosen one of the palace. When Shah Jahan first saw her, she was a young woman of grace and intelligence, radiant among the courtiers of Agra. It was said that he was struck by her beauty in an instant, as if time itself had paused to witness their meeting. Their love grew with each passing day, untouched by politics or ambition. In an age where royal marriages often served as alliances, theirs was a bond of genuine affection. They married in 1612, and from that day forward, Mumtaz became not only his queen, but his confidant. She accompanied him on journeys across the empire, whispered counsel in his ear, and shared his joys and sorrows. Together they had 14 children, each one a reminder of their shared life and love. But their happiness was not without shadows. The empire demanded wars and expansion, and Shah Jahan's duties often pulled him away from her side. Yet even across battlefields and distances, letters carried their words of tenderness. Courtiers spoke of how the emperor could not eat or sleep without first hearing her voice. She was his moonlight in the dark, his compass in the storm. Their love became the rhythm of the empire, a quiet melody behind the roaring drums of history, a story that was destined to echo through marble and time. Years passed, and the love between Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal only deepened. She remained by his side through the triumphs and trials of empire, through battles and court intrigues, through the changing seasons of rule. Wherever he went, she followed, her presence bringing calm to his restless spirit. The people of the court often said that the emperor's heart resided in her hands. In the summer of 1631, while accompanying Shah Jahan on a military campaign in the Deccan, Mumtaz went into labor with their 14th child. The humid air was heavy with tension, and the emperor waited anxiously outside her tent. Hours passed. The cries of birth filled the camp, then slowly faded into silence. When the physician emerged, his face was pale. Mumtaz Mahal, the light of the emperor's life, was gone. Shah Jahan was broken. His grief was said to be so deep that his hair turned white within days. He withdrew from the affairs of state, speaking little, eating little, his heart imprisoned by sorrow. For weeks he sat in silence, gazing at the Yamuna River, where he had once promised her eternal happiness. Before she passed, Mumtaz had asked him for one final promise, to build for her a monument unlike any the world had ever seen, a resting place that would reflect the purity of their love. Shah Jahan swore to fulfill her wish. From that moment, his life's purpose changed. No longer driven by conquest or politics, he devoted himself to the creation of what would become the most beautiful mausoleum on earth. A palace not of power, but of love, where his beloved would rest forever, surrounded by beauty as eternal as his grief. After the death of Mumtaz Mahal, the emperor's sorrow turned into a vision. Shah Jahan began gathering architects, engineers, and artists from across his vast empire and beyond. From Persia came the finest calligraphers, from Samarkand, the skilled inlay masters, from the Indian plains, the best stonecutters and masons. Together they would build a tomb so perfect that heaven itself would envy its beauty. He chose a site by the banks of the Yamuna River in Agra, where the water shimmered like silver in the morning sun. Here he planned to raise a garden of paradise, with a mausoleum at its heart. The work began in 1632. Day and night, the sound of chisels and hammers filled the air. 20,000 workers labored for years, carrying marble from Makrana, more than 200 miles away. Elephants and oxen hauled heavy stones along dusty roads, and craftsmen carved delicate designs that would outlast time itself. The white marble glowed softly under the sun, and as the walls rose higher, so did the emperor's hope that his love might find peace within its beauty. The design reflected harmony and balance, 4 minarets standing like sentinels at each corner, the great dome curving upward toward the sky, and verses from the Quran inscribed around the entrance, reminding all who came that life and love are gifts from God. Emperor often visited the site, watching in silence as each detail took shape. He imagined Mumtaz walking once more through the gardens, smiling as she had in life. The Taj Mahal was not only a tomb, but a conversation with eternity, a way for Shah Jahan to keep his promise, to say across the ages, "My love for you shall never fade." After years of tireless labor, the dream of Shah Jahan finally took form. By 1648, the Taj Mahal stood complete, rising from the earth like a vision from paradise. When the morning sun touched its white marble surface, it glowed in shades of rose and gold. When the moonlight fell upon it, the monument shimmered with a soft silver radiance that seemed almost otherworldly. Travelers from distant lands came to see it, astonished by its symmetry, its calm beauty, and the love story it whispered in silence. At the center of the complex lay the resting place of Mumtaz Mahal. Inside the great dome, her cenotaph was surrounded by inlaid flowers made from precious stones, jade, turquoise, onyx, and jasper. Verses from the Holy Quran adorned the walls, their graceful script proclaiming peace and the promise of eternity. The garden around the mausoleum was designed as a vision of paradise, divided into 4 parts by flowing water that mirrored the 4 rivers of heaven. Birds sang among the cypress trees, and fountains reflected the sky. Every detail spoke of harmony, devotion, and divine order. When Shah Jahan entered the finished tomb for the first time, he stood in silence. The marble floor was cool beneath his feet, the air filled with the scent of jasmine from the gardens outside. He placed his hand on the carved stone and whispered her name. In that moment, the emperor was no longer a ruler of empires, but a man who had built a temple for his heart. The Taj Mahal became more than a monument. It was a poem in stone, a prayer made visible, a promise kept. And though time would change kingdoms and rulers, the marble palace remained, glowing quietly on the banks of the Yamuna, a reflection of love that death could not silence. As years passed, the glory of the Mughal Empire began to fade, but the white marble monument continued to shine. Shah Jahan, once a mighty emperor, grew old and weary. The palace that had once echoed with music and laughter became quiet. His heart never healed from the loss of Mumtaz Mahal. Each evening he would gaze across the Yamuna River from the Red Fort, where he could see the Taj Mahal in the distance, glowing like a vision of heaven. Fate was unkind to him in his final years. His own son, Aurangzeb, seized the throne and confined his father in the fort of Agra. Though Shah Jahan lived as a prisoner, he was granted one mercy. From the window of his chamber, he could always see the monument of his love. There, day after day, he sat by the window, holding a small mirror to reflect the Taj Mahal's image. It was said that he spoke softly to the reflection, as though Mumtaz herself were listening. In 1666, Shah Jahan breathed his last. His body was carried across the river to rest beside Mumtaz Mahal, within the marble chamber he had built for her. Their 2 tombs now lie side by side, perfectly aligned beneath the great dome, surrounded by the beauty that love had created. Centuries have passed, yet the Taj Mahal endures. Travelers still stand in awe before it, feeling the same quiet wonder that once filled the emperor's heart. It is not merely a tomb or a palace. It is a story written in stone, a message that love is stronger than time. And as the sun sets over Agra, the marble glows once more, whispering to the world the eternal truth of their love.